Hi and welcome back to Quinoa Creations tutorial videos, and today I'm going to finish my beaded turtle earrings part 2, putting the back onto the beadwork front. I'm using the size 0 Nymo beading thread, size 13 beading needles, a pair of very sharp fine scissors, and some just regular cotton balls. So the beadwork is all done. I flatten out the head and feet, and there's your raised back. I'm going to take my very fine, sharp scissors, and I'm going to cut away all the excess leather around the beadwork. Scissors need to be very sharp and fine so that you can get into the small spaces and snip out what you're not going to be needing. Just cutting all the way around, being careful not to snip the threads from the beading. And once you get all that cut away, you'll just have your little turtle with the raised body. And then I take a little chunk of cotton and I stuff it up inside the body. I'm gonna put it in there so it'll keep that back raised, and just kind of stuff it in there. Once I got to have another piece of leather. This is a real good use for my tiny scraps. I hate throwing away Bergenton leather, so this allows me to use it. Just stuff all that cotton in there, up inside there, and flatten out the head and feet so it's in the shape that I want. And then I will start snipping off the backing to match the beadwork top, getting all the areas snipped out. We're going to start the line around the edge, and we're going to go through sections of the head and body and attaching the front to the back. It takes about usually 3 to 4 beads in different areas. The 3 will go across the head. I will go from front to back on the other end of the head, the nose, and go all the way through to the back side. And it's just a 1 needle method to take this line all the way around the turtle to attach the beadwork to the backing. So get that 3 in this place, and I come back up, back to front, and I go back through 1 bead that attaches that line across the nose, and I'm in the position to start down the side of the head. And it depends on how your beads laid down, whether it's 3 or 4 beads to cover that next area. And then I go front to back, attaching the top to the bottom, and I come back up through. If it's 4 beads, I'll come right up through the middle, and go back through 2. I don't do more than 4 beads at a time, so you're tacking down every 2 beads, and stuff that cotton back in there. And then 4 beads will go down the other side, and keep an eye on the back side. Make sure you're coming out in the right spot on the backing. Come back up through in the middle. And go back through 2. When you come to the end of the head, you want to attach that end down into the back side. And come up in the right spot back there. And that attaches that line. And you come back up. To where you're going to start going up the side of the foot. So start on the back side, come up right where you need to be to come up the one side of the foot. All the feet usually take is 3 and 4 across. So we'll go 3 beads up the side of the foot. And the feet usually curl up. So it's sometimes kind of tough to get it through there, but then you'll go through the backing, and come back up. And go back through 1 bead. That puts me in the position to put the 4 beads across the top of the foot. So we're just gonna put 4 beads. We'll go right across, because those feet are made with 4 beads across. And keep stuffing that cotton up in there. You don't want the cotton in the feet or the head. You want them to lay flat. And snip off whatever is kind of in the way as I go around. Clean it up a bit. Front to back, across the other side of the foot. Be sure I'm in the right spot on the back side. That brain tan leather is very soft and sometimes hard to catch. So come up right in the middle of those 4 beads. And go back through 2. And that gets you ready to go down the other side of the foot. And we'll do the 3 beads. Top to back, right next to the body of the turtle. Make sure you're coming out in the right spot on the back side. Come up right where you need to be to go back through 1. You'll take that line and attach it. Going front to back. Be sure you're in the right spot on the back side. And that is the foot. And then you'll be ready to start down the side of the body. So it takes more than 4 beads, but I usually don't do any more than 4 beads at a time. That makes sure I'm tacking the front to the back with closer stitches. So 4 beads, come back up through the middle. Be sure you're catching a good amount of the beadwork side. Come up in the middle, go back 2. And put however many more beads it takes, 2 or 3, to cover the rest of that side body area. Continually stuffing that cotton back up in there. So 3 more beads will get me the rest of the way across the belly. Come back up, back to front. And back through one. And the line across the side of the belly is finished. And I'll just go front to back to tack that line down. Come back up. Back to front. Just continue that all the way around till we get back up to the head. That last side of the face, we're gonna go back, front to back, right next to where we started. Come back up. So that you're going to go back through that one bead and through the first bead you put on. So you're connecting that whole line back together. Go front to back to tack that down. And that is your one needle method line all the way around the turtle to attach the front to the back. Once you get back to the back side of the head, I put on 8 beads. I'll go back to front, but I won't go all the way through. I'm going to catch it up on the back side of the beadwork there, come up, and then go through, back through the loop to do a reinforcing of that earring wire loop. So back through, and then I'll go from the front side get that loop reinforced and go through, and I'm gonna come up, so I go through the front side and come up in between the layers on the side of the face. I'm gonna come back up so that when you tie the knot, it's gonna be hidden. Now get that loop to have the right shape. Tie that knot. Make sure it's hidden in between the layers so you can't see it. And that is how I attach the front to the back on that turtle. And push that cotton up there, shape it up, flatten out the head and tail and legs, and just put on a earring wire, and that's how I make raised turtle earring. And shaping it up and getting that cotton in there, you can see the raised back, and clean up the back side, cutting off the corners that poke out from where you were sewing it together. And that's it. Looks real good. Brain tan leather, the stitches hide into the leather. They embed themselves. So there it is. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this second video. Sorry it took me so long. You can stop by and join our beading group. Please answer all 3 questions or I will not add you. Or you can stop by my website, www.quinwapawcreations.com. If you'd like a kit of brain tan leather and beaders, I will certainly give you